subject that is near and dear to my heart because I love computers, and it's the most common problem with computers, and that is called malware. So today I'm going to go over a simple guide on what malware is and then how to get rid of it. Because we've all experienced it one way or another. We'll be surfing the internet, checking our email, we'll download something, and then our computer will start acting funny, and it'll crash, and then we freak out because we have to spend lots of money to get it fixed. My job today, my goal, is to be able to inform you all, let you all know how to do this at zero cost for you all. Alright, there are several types of malware. The most common, the one that people, well, it's not the most common, but what people call malware most of the time is virus or viruses. What a virus is a program that they call an executable program. So it's a program that runs while your computer is running, and once the program is activated, once it starts running, the virus starts taking over. Viruses, lately, have become very rare. There's not as many viruses out there as people think. But because that was one of the first malware that was invented, viruses have become a commonplace name in a home. Worms are a very interesting category for malware. Because a worm is one that kind of affects a network of computers. A network of computers is a group of computers. So like an office place, or if your home has 4 or 5 computers that are connected, they share the internet, or you can share files back and forth between them, that's a network. A worm, what will happen is it'll get into the network through the standard stuff, emails, bad sites, downloads, things like that, and it'll infect one computer, and then it'll jump through the network's connections to infect other computers. So eventually, your entire network has been bogged down by this one worm. The hard part about removing worms is either you have to completely shut down the network or do an isolated network. So you unplug sections of computers, fix them, and then those computers will be their own network until the entire network is back up. What's tricky about it is you have to make sure that all of your computers have a thorough scan before they're re-interfaced into the main network. Otherwise, the worm can continue to spread all over again. Trojans. These are the most common. These are also the nastiest ones. They get their name from the Trojan horse. Their job is, they look pretty, they're cool, they look like a very useful program, or some pretty pictures of cats and dogs that you get in emails, things like that. They disguise themselves inside those files, and when they're downloaded, they wait for you to be safe, and then all of a sudden they pop up, and they start attacking your computer. Trojans are some of the most common because of this tactic, because it's not an immediate threat. It's harder to trace them that way. One thing that they do as well, and what most malware does, is it focuses on one program before it starts infecting your computer. It'll go after your virus protection, your malware protection programs, and try to shut them down. Because once one is shut down, you're not protected anymore, and it's easier to get more viruses in and do more damage. Rootkits are nasty little things. Because what they do is they go into the operating system. They go into the operating system and actually change some coding in the operating system to make it look like it's still running fine, then it'll crash. This is not a newer form, but it's starting to become more prevalent. Backdoors are the gentlemen of the malware family. they do is they come into your computer, they find your virus protection program, they shut it down, and just like a gentleman, they'll hold open the door and let other viruses in. So how to avoid the malware and viruses, rootkits, trojans, things like that is probably the best way. It's always better to prevent than have to fix. So ways that you can do that are downloading a good virus and malware protection. You can buy some at pretty low cost right now. Norton, Kaspersky, and Panda are generally pretty good. Panda's kind of gone down the last couple of years in ratings. Norton's kind of stayed leveled. They used to be really bad in the fact that they would take up a lot of space on your computer, but now they're really tiny. Avast is a really good free one. And sometimes the free are better than the paid. And do not have multiple virus protection software on your computer because they'll act against each other and actually cancel each other out. Because they'll think each other's a virus, and they'll shut each other down, and then viruses get in and cause all the damage. Monitor the sites that you go to. Avoid leery sites. Another thing you can do is set parental controls. And that's not just good to protect your kids from getting onto bad sites, but it also makes it so you can't get on the bad sites. If you set it to block pornography, you know, if you Google something, all the stuff for pornography is going to be blocked. And you know, those kind of sites are the ones that are prevalent with these kind of bad things. So there are some steps to taking care of the viruses. First, just like in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, we don't panic. And don't spend hundreds of dollars. At a lot of big box stores, you'll have they'll offer virus protection or virus removals, and it's going to be about $150. There's ways of being able to get that, and that's what this next section is going to be. 3 programs: Malwarebytes, Hijack This, and CCleaner. Malwarebytes is a good all-around scanning software, and it allows you to be able to find the malware on your computer and then get rid of it. Hijack This scans your computer and then will let you know what programs may have been installed accidentally that are dangerous. And then CCleaner is a program just to kind of give the computer a little bit of a tune-up after everything's done. This is a screenshot of Malwarebytes once you've got it downloaded. It has a full scan on it. So you'll click on full scan and then scan. Once it goes through the scan, it can take a few hours. Once you do the scan, it can take a couple hours. It'll come up with objects infected. And this is the number of files that are bad, that can damage your computer. And it'll say the scan's complete successfully. You click OK, and then you click Show Results. And it'll bring up all the bad things on your computer. Like for example, this one's got a bunch of trojans and malware. Once you check everything, there's a thing that says Remove Selected down here at the bottom. You click on it, it runs through and finishes everything. So then your 224 viruses is down. Another program, the Hijack This, you open it up, and the very top one says Do a system scan and save a log file. So we're going to click on that. There's our log file. We're going to go to a website called hijackthis.de. We're going to copy that log file and paste it down in this box. It'll scan. It'll give us this list. It'll give us a list that we go through, and it'll say nasty or have a red X, things like that. Then you find it in this master list. You click on the check mark, and you click Fix Checked. It'll say, do you want to save the changes? And you say yes. It'll get rid or fix the bad programs. CCleaner is really easy. You go down, you click on Run Cleaner. It'll scan your computer, find the errors, you're done. Next, you want to go to Registry and click Scan for Issues. It'll find your issues, and then click Fix Selected Issues. And then you say Fix all selected issues, and then you're done. The last resort can also be just restoring your computer back to factory settings. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you learned how to get